Welcome to the Straight Red Card. It is part 2. And what we were talking about, Brett, because the first thing that came to my mind right now is the song "Let's Get Physical, Physical."
We're talking about Mexico getting physical and not getting a second goal.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah, that song was just in my head. I'm like, how did that earworm get in my head all of a sudden? And that song was by Olivia Newton-John back in and I think the video, she walks around in a scanty sort of workout outfit and sings unitard, yeah, and sings while she's doing the workout, and then does some other sultry things with other members of the gym of the gymnasium. They all happen to be men. But yeah, she's
is there cucumbers?
Yeah, but it's MTV videos, so the cucumbers never come out. Yeah, it's not a porn, Brett. Jesus, it's a video.
Depends on which version you watch.
It's a video from like 1988 or something weird like that.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's a let's get physical porn out there.
Oh, you mean like a mirror? I mean,
like they do the instead of Harry Potter, it's Harry Twatter, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I know what you're talking about. There's a fucking word for it, though.
Parody,
and we're parody. Yeah, it's parody.
Yeah, it could be parody, I guess.
Yeah,
a porn parody.
A porn parody, because they've had like Star Wars, Star Trek, all of those, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
anything popular.
I don't know personally. I'm just
not saying Olivia Newton-John. I'm not saying her song was popular. I'm sure, just given the title of the name of the song, one could theory make a porn video on it.
Yes,
it writes itself.
Right. I know. What was it? Not Edward Scissorhands. There was another one back in the 90s. Edward Penis Hands, was that one? I'm pretty sure that was one. I'm pretty sure there was a porn movie named Edward Penis Hands. Dude, I used to go to a lot of crazy parties and people would put in videos while the party after the show party was going on. There was always porn going somewhere in some room. Yeah, so I probably heard a lot more about the 90s and 80s porn than the average human being. That doesn't make me a bad person. Okay. It doesn't make me a bad person because I know the names of lots of porn movies from the 80s and 90s.
Was it like my tweet to you earlier, actually, when I found out that they're like, yeah, rumor is that Ariel is starting today. And I sent you that screenshot and I go, when Derek's not watching tentacle porn, he's a fly on Berhalter's wall.
Dude, I do not watch tentacle porn, but I do have to say that Areola's name reminds me of nipples.
Oh,
so
no. I don't see how. That's crazy.
It's not like nipples come up in I can't visually see nipples. I just think of them when his name comes up. Okay. Well, let's do these player ratings like we're going to get this done.
Oh, was that the segment? Shit.
Like we were going to get this done in 10 minutes. How stupid are we? Okay.
We spent 10 minutes just talking about porn.
I know, but porn's fun. All right, so let's just start out and go down the line. I'm giving Turner an A. I think it was great. I mean, what are you going to say about Turner? He did his job.
Even his distribution with his feet was good.
It was better. Yeah, it was better.
He had like one sketchy moment where he played a 5-yard pass right across like the 3-yard line in front of our goal. But outside that,
I think there were like 2 sketchy moments, but that's not enough to give him any less than an A.
Hey, he came out ahead with it regardless.
Yeah, exactly. Let's do the backs. So I gave Anthony an A and I gave Destin A. I gave them both an A. I'm just giving A's away tonight. Here's an A. You have an A. You have an A.
Oh yeah. I gave Anthony a B plus.
Why?
I thought he was. I don't know.
He had like 2 giveaways that
A minus. Let's give him an A minus. Let's be nice.
Okay. let's just
He
make
was,
sure.
he did a lot of great offensive passes. He had a couple of blunder passes as well in the first half, but a lot of our offensive opportunities stemmed from him. So I'm fine with bumping it up to an A-.
Here's the comment I wrote down. Anthony Robinson is a stud. I wrote that down.
Yeah.
That my mom didn't even say that. I did. I thought he had a great game tonight. So
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to give him a B plus or whatever, that's fine. I'm giving him an A. I thought he played great. I thought Des played great. I thought they both lost the ball a couple times. That's okay. I'm fine with that.
I thought what was nice about Des' game compared to his previous games is he got back and he played defense.
He did. Oh,
that was that. I think that made the difference for me.
This was a different Dest. This is the first time I saw a Dest who wasn't like, I play for Barcelona, bitch.
Exactly. Well, in fairness, that's not. I guess that's not much to brag about these days, but
it isn't, and he shouldn't be bragging about it. He could last season when Messi was there, but you know what? Yeah, he can't brag about that anymore. And I think they might have sat down and talked to him about, hey, here's how you need to hold yourself out there because you're coming off as kind of like, I don't give a fuck. And he came out and he obviously gave a fuck tonight. It was great. Let's do the CVs. We got Miles and we got Zimmerman. I'm just saying Miles because we have two Robinsons and I don't want to confuse anybody. So we got Miles and Zimmerman. I gave them both A minuses. I thought they were solid as a rock, but I thought both of them had awkward moments.
I mean, when you're saying you're giving them an A minus, that's taking those rocky moments with a huge grain of salt because, I mean, A minus is a phenomenal grade to be getting in the game. But what's not to say? Our defense did great today. So I mean, it's hard. They disrupted the plays. There were a couple of opportunities that stemmed from sure, but that's more on Jamaica's play than our defensive ability. None of which really scared me. I mean, Turner had to make one decent save, I think. Maybe I'm missing something else, but I mean, our defense did a solid enough job, and even if somebody got beat, there were still people there. So yeah, I mean, I think it's we can absolutely go across the board on the defense and just give them great grades.
So can I add this? I thought this was weird, and it might be because of some of the drugs I do, but one of the things that stood out for me tonight was the fact that the ball, when it bounced, it just bounced around the field and you just didn't know where it was going to go. It almost always ended up in our favor tonight. Like we didn't get fucked by a
rare fucking occurrence, if anything.
A ricochet or some ball that came off the side of some guy's temple or his right butt cheek and ended up right in front of our goal for the guy to score. We didn't have any of that bad luck tonight. And I'm not superstitious, but that's a mathematical thing. You could chart out the whole game mathematically and the rotation of the ball, the speed of which it's moving, etc. That's how
big fucking nerd if you did that.
Yeah, I mean, you would probably spend half of your life masturbating because the other half of your life would be doing that. But I'm just saying it was a good night for us as far as where the balls fell.
It plays into our original conversation.
Okay, I can tell you as I got older, my balls fell.
Let's get
physical. All right. All right, who we at? Oh, we're at Adams.
Talk about our midfield.
Adams, I'll let you start with Adams.
I thought Adams deserves an A as well.
I did too.
Yeah, God. I mean, quite frankly, there were a couple of instances where he got dispossessed. But quite frankly, he disrupted 90% of the Jamaican play. They collected the ball, and the first person pressuring them was Adams every single time. He was everywhere.
Yeah, and I mentioned in the first video how much he was really solid in front of the back two, and I don't say back four because our guys, when we have possession, the left back and the right back, they're so far up the field that it's really Adams's job to protect those back two. And that's what he did tonight. Again and again and again. Whenever Jamaica had a chance to do anything, that shit was done. It was done before it started.
Is there a similarity to how Adams played compared to, say, when we played Canada in the Gold Cup and Sands pushed up. So we played we played the 3-back line against Canada in the Gold Cup. And when we went into the attack, Sands pushed up into that 6 role, and we played more or less with just a 2 center back.
I would agree with
that.
that.
What you're basically saying is an equal comparison, more or less?
I think it's pretty equal. I would say that Adams had more license to go forward than Sands, but it was close to that when we did not have possession. It was really close to that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, rock solid. Adams A. McKennie. I mean, that was one of McKennie was tough for me because he kind of disappeared at times and then he reappeared, do something great. I'm just going to give him a B+ because I think he also had some errors and some positional errors tonight. I don't think he was always in the right place at the right time.
So I gave him a B, but one thing I liked about his game tonight is that similar to the running mantra as far as what's happened the rest of the game, his game was very keep it simple. He kept it all simple. He took a couple touches and he looked for the quick outlet. And sometimes and he can lace a nice 30 to 40 yard change of direction pass. It's like that was from one end to the other. It's just laced it right over to either whether it's Areola or Dest almost every single time. Those were on key every time. And that's why I think if we ever did revert to say like an empty bucket, I think him and Adams would be phenomenal in that pairing. Because McKinney's going to be that offensive minded, Adams is going to be defensive, but both of them can distribute so fucking well.
Or a 4-2-3-1. Either way, So that was great. That was fantastic. Musa A-. I thought he did some really great things. I think he looked a little disordered sometimes, but that's minor. It's very a minor thing where I feel like, well, he should be over here, but he's over here. That's a really minor thing. And so I'm just going to give him an A-.
So, I thought, I think an A- is warranted in all honesty, because I think he had a couple rocky moments, especially at the very beginning of the game. He was feeling it, getting into the system. He's been out for a while, He was injured before. I think he was injured during Nations League. He wasn't there for Gold Cup. He missed out this past window, and now he's back. So he's feeling the system out. He's getting comfortable with it. After the first 5 or 10 minutes, he definitely settled in nicely, and his control and his composure with the ball, especially in tight spots, and we've talked about this in previous friendlies, I think made the difference in that, and we were missing that, I think, in our midfield. And now that it's back, I think that's really what allowed us to continue to apply that pressure for the full 90. I mean, in all honesty, we spent majority of the game in their offensive half. Our offensive half. Let me rephrase that.
As we said in the prior show, this is the best Berhalter's put out yet. I mean, consistent, especially in a qualifying game, a World Cup qualifying game. Mm-hmm. This was consistent. It was solid. Everybody looked comfortable. Everybody looked like they were kind of having fun too, which is, I think Aronson mentioned that after the game in an interview. He said, we just went out there and had fun. Yeah. And you got to do that if you want to win.
Well, and like I mentioned in the first segment, when watching the game at halftime, I turned and I was like, I can't complain about anything in this half. There wasn't much I could say. I mean, there were some nitpicky things you can make a comment on, but we did all the right things for the most part, except for that final pass. But again, splitting hairs there.
Exactly. Aronson, I also give an A. I would have gave him an A-, but he got the assist. So
now we're 11 games in, 5 goals and now 4 assists.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron, he's our most potent offensive presence in this team. And quite frankly, he's I said it earlier, I didn't mention it on here, but I mentioned he's the Pulisic of this cycle that we had last cycle.
Dude, I'm starting to really like the whole Aronson vibe, which is I am a part of this triangle. I'm a part of this team. I don't need to do it by myself. Yes, he took 3 longer shots.
Fine, that's perfectly fine. I think other people need to start doing that too.
Yeah, exactly. We want that. But you look how he interacts and interplays with players. It's like boom,
Dude,
beep,
him,
bop, beep, bop,
him
beep, bop.
and him and Anthony worked well together.
Yeah.
They
Yep.
they did so well on that left side, and I think that's a great pairing to look
And
at.
they haven't even had that much experience playing together.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. But it looks so natural. And that's the other thing. Anthony Robinson is becoming a fucking man. He is a man now. Like when we watched him early on coming for the United States men's national team, when he first played his first few games and got schooled and shit, he looked like a nervous boy. He is not a boy. This is a man now. This is a stud. This guy's ready to go. And the same thing can be said for Aronson. That guy, he's ready to go. Mm-hmm. I don't care how young they are. I don't care. I know they're young, but they are, they don't need to have hair on their balls to make the case that they're ready to go. They're ready to go, Yeah. Can I say that?
Sure, why not? It's YouTube. We're okay.
They don't have. I'm sure they have hair on their balls. Anyhow, I'm sure they do.
We may not be getting any sponsors for a while with comments like that, but whatevs.
No, I'm just not saying that they don't have hair on their balls. That was just anyhow. You know what it was.
Maybe they have Manscaped
right?
as a sponsor. Who knows?
We all do. We all need to do more manscaping. All right, so let's move on to Areola.
Yeah.
I'll let you start that one. That's a tricky one.
So I know that you mentioned Areola in the last segment, and not just talking about nipples, but personally, again, I thought Areola did a lot of hard work throughout the game.
Yep.
And his final pass, just like a lot of the team in the first half, his final pass just wasn't there.
Nope.
And who knows? Maybe he would have had a chance on goal in that first 22 seconds before he got pulled down. I don't know. I'm giving Areola a B+.
God damn it. So did I. That's exactly what I gave him. And it's so funny because my mom would text me and say, Areola works really hard. I'm like, yeah, he does work really hard. He's a good player. I said,
well, he worked really hard in those handful of minutes he got in Gold Cup too, but today's game was completely different in comparison.
No, listen, there were just times where Areola got the ball. Okay, let me get specific. McKennie passed him a ball late in the game. He was open, totally unprepared for. Like he was open. McKennie got it to him. He bounced right off of him. He was completely unprepared for that pass. So I'm just talking about small things.
Sort of like Zardes with his goal scoring opportunity.
Like Zardes sliding in and not being able to fucking just get a thigh on that and get it in, or a calf or whatever. It just needed a body part. He could have thrown his dick out and fucking put that in and it would have been fine. I don't know if that's legal, but anyhow, I think legal.
As long as you don't actually whip it out, I can imagine you do whatever you want. Just have some loose fitting shorts.
No, you can whip it out and put it in too. I don't think that's illegal, Brett. You find me the rules in the books.
Let's recheck the verbiage there. You can whip it out and put it in. It's not illegal.
Well, depending on the age of the ball, if the ball is over 18, or you're fine to whip it out and put it in. I'm just saying that I don't think there's a rule against that. So if, like, let's say you slid on the grass and your shorts got all crawled up into your crotch and your junk fell out and the ball hit your junk and it went in the goal, that's a goal. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Nothing more, nothing less. Now, what the fuck were we talking about?
We were talking about Areola.
Okay, Areola gets a B+, and we're gonna move on to Pepe.
So Pepe for me was an interesting one because in the entire first half.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So in the first half, I kept going. Have you seen Areola? Have you seen Pepe? I've
seen Areola. I've seen
Oh,
Pepe
man.
too. Yes, I've seen Pepe. Yeah.
No, so
I'm
that first
sorry.
half, I'm sitting there going like, I haven't even really seen Pepe the entire half. You know,
No,
he had a couple plays here and there, but
he
the
did.
second half he was much more present. And then of course he scored his 2 goals.
He did, yes. He did score us 2 goals. That was really nice.
Derek, I hope this all stays in.
It's gonna stay here. I'm sorry, I can't get over the Dick scoring goals thing. It's just stuck in my head and I can't get it out. Sardis sliding, his junk falling out of his fucking shorts and ball bouncing off his balls and into the goal.
I want any creative artistic people in our fandom to create that meme.
Oh,
create it, and we will use a censored version of it in our next show.
I'm just saying that's something that Sardis would happen to him. Like he would be sliding in, the grass would catch his shorts would rise up, and his junk would stick out, and the ball would bounce off his junk and just go straight into the right corner. I'm sorry. It got stuck in my head and I can't get it out. Whew, okay, I'll try to recover. Okay, where were we, Pepe?
We haven't even got to Sardis yet.
This is horrible. All right, I'm gonna pull it together here.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna pull it together.
Pepe has to get an A for me.
Yeah, Pepe's got an A for me too. All right,
let's talk about some subs here. We're on the topic. Let's talk about Sardis. What do you think of Sardis?
I think Sardis just gotta be.
Yeah.
He didn't score with his nuts tonight.
God damn it! Seriously.
All right, I'm seriously. I'm putting this together. I don't know what's wrong with me.
In all honesty, that's in his wheelhouse to score too. I mean, if you're expecting him to score this feat, it's not going to happen. You'd be more likely to score with your nuts.
You jerk. I was just getting better, and then you did that. All right, god damn it. You had to bring that back up. I was just clearing my mind of that visual.
I did it for the people.
Okay, how about Weah? He did just fine. He got an A. I think,
he should have had an assist.
Oh Jesus!
He should have had an assist. What I've learned about in this game is Sardis is not David. So, I mean, Weah put that on a platter. If it was club game, it would have been put away. But he's playing as Sardis, and no nuts, no goal. You know,
that's like that movie. What's the movie with Cher and the kid who's got the elephantitis? It's not funny. It's not funny. Mask, I think it's what it's called. And she wants him, you know, he's like the elephant boy, right? So he's gonna die, and she thinks he's gonna die soon. So she buys him a prostitute. And the prostitute comes over, and then he doesn't even score.
It's very much a Porky's reference there too.
That's kind of my feelings right now about the Weah Sardis pass, because Weah made a great pass and fucking Sardis failed to score. I mean,
dude, we would have been talking about Pepe having a hat trick if the sub didn't occur.
Yeah, I think Pepe would have put that in.
Absolutely.
I really do. Okay.
I think an orange cone would have put that in.
Okay. Yes, it probably would have.
Were there more subs still?
An orange cone wrapped around a crotch cone, a cone over the crotch of a player would have put that in for sure. But Sardis did not have. He did not have the right material tonight to put that in. Not the right whatever. All right, so let's move on to the other lower grade 14 to 10 minutes subs.
Less minutes. Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with me? can't stop laughing.
Nope.
It's like I took laughing gas. I don't get it.
The Joker got to you, man.
Jesus Christ.
So what do you think of Luca De La Torre on his return to the national
I thought
team?
he was fucking awesome. I didn't give him a grade, but I thought if I had to, if you forced me to give me a grade, I would have given him an A. And I would say, play that fucker more.
What a common grade that's going on. I mean, it's was it if everybody has superpowers, then nobody has superpowers. But if everybody gets an A, then nobody really gets an A.
But did we not give Zardes a B?
We did.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
okay,
we gave a couple of B's in there. A couple. But to be fair to us, this was a really good game.
Yeah, no, it really was.
It was hard. It was hard to not credit them for playing well for 90 minutes.
It's hard to be so nitpicky.
Yeah.
When you see a system that seems to be flowing, you see players that seem to like playing with one another, you see performances that are inspired. It's hard to give people, less than a B generally. Yeah.
Canada just stole a point to Azteca.
Good for you. Good for you, Canadians. I like ties. I want Mexico and Canada to tie as much as possible going forward.
Like
it really
octagonal result is ties.
Tie. Mexico's so weak. This is the weakest I've seen Mexico in my lifetime. It is. It just is. It's bad. I mean, if I were a Mexican fan right now, I'd be just infuriated. I mean, and not so much at the manager. I don't think it's the manager. I think the players, some of them look old and others look like a deer in headlights. And that's how it looked tonight in certain, because I'm watching this while we're talking, that's what it looked like to me. Like guys that just weren't ready and other guys who were just slow and fucking old and shouldn't be on the field. So, they got to fix that, but it's not my problem. So I don't care.
The way we're approaching this grade segment really does warrant a live stream. How we're interrupting it with like current activities of other games. So
I don't know.
Obviously, 2 days from now, when the people are listening to this, they're gonna be like, "Yeah, of course we know Mexico and Canada tied." That was like 2 days ago, bro.
Yeah, but do you want 10 minutes of me laughing hysterically like a moron?
At the very minimum, that should be a Patreon video.
I guess. Okay, so let's okay. Acosta, I gave a B plus, just generally because I think
didn't really do much, but he didn't really do.
He didn't fuck up. He just did his job while he was out there, and he only got like 10 minutes. So no harm, no foul.
Shaq Moore.
Yeah. Did we do
same thing? What can you do?
Yeah,
what can you do?
B plus.
If you have to give him a grade, sure. I mean, he didn't do much.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he had a couple things that he did, and it's
ran a couple feet.
That's the no harm, no foul grade, right? Yeah. B plus. So people are wondering, are we going to do these things live at some point? Probably. We're working on it. And it'll happen eventually. So
yeah. I mean, and at the very minimum, one thing we had talked about was doing our segments like we're doing now, but doing those live.
Mm-hmm.
And the in between moments, we'd react to the commenters and stuff like that, and so forth. But yeah, still breaking it up, still throwing it out in segments because, and quite frankly, not everybody has an hour and a half to waste on a live stream.
Yeah, there are actually certain shows I don't watch because they're like an hour and 30 minutes. And I'm like, I'm not getting into that because I don't have an hour and 30 minutes, number one. And number two, I mean, how long are they going to talk in their... Okay, let me use an example. The Fox, that trio of young kids they have doing their show. How long am I going to have to wait before they talk about something I'm interested in? And that's what happens in that show. First of all, I don't know how some of those guys got their jobs, and I'm sure they did it in their own ways or whatever. It just seems like there are a lot of people out there who are really knowledgeable that Fox and other companies could hire who are young, who know soccer. I'm not saying those guys don't know their soccer. I'm just saying they're not really good at promoting their show. They're boring. there's nothing nuanced. Well, okay, there are nuanced things they say. It's just a boring delivery. Can I put it that way? I'm trying to be as not nice and not be a dick, but
so you're saying they need to laugh for 10 minutes.
yeah, they do. They need to laugh about something because they never laugh. Watch that show. I've counted maybe 5 laughs in 12 shows.
I mean, looking at a number of YouTube shows in general.
Yeah,
they're just they take themselves a little too seriously sometimes.
Yeah,
I feel like maybe some of them are starting to break out. And I'm not talking about any of our normal crew.
No, we're not talking about any of our friends at all. No,
I'm referring to people who are like even former players who have like the backing of a number of various different organizations. Yeah, but they're just like sometimes they just take things a little too seriously, and they need to loosen up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always said when it comes to YouTube, people tend to fall in line with the people who are real, the not the ones that are reading from scripts or just taking themselves too seriously, the ones that are out there having fun, and enjoy what they're doing.
As I said, we're just 2 drunk guys at a pub watching a game, rapping about it and talking about soccer, and that's what it's all about. I mean,
then I had to drive home and then do the show.
I'm glad you didn't get pulled over.
Oh, I was reasonable.
No, did you blow into something? Okay, so we don't know. Oh, they don't have one of those at that restaurant. All right, well, I think we're going to move on to the final segment before we are way too blitzed to do anything more. And let's keep that one short, Brett. Good night, folks. Like, subscribe, share.
Good luck to us.
Share it with